Kia ora koutou. Ko Papa to ingoa Norm Shaw, still coming, and ko Mama Dorothy Shaw, yeah? And ko Tamaki Makoto, and then growing up, I was born in Cambridge, Waikato, and then we moved when I was 8 to Taupo, and my dad was an electrician, and he worked at Fletcher Wood Panels, and it was a beautiful place to grow up in Taupo. The next slide is called Stan, is Wahine, ko Papa, and ko Doreen, Wahine Mama, and I married Darren Short, Darren Long, and she dragged me home to Rata Pico. So, and then from my brother, I have one brother called Don Short. He lives Tamaki Makoto at Hampton Downs, the race car track, stuff like that. And then from us, called Kaputa Josie, married to Kraitiana Ackroyd, so now Josie Ackroyd.
Josie Ackroyd.
And then Josie is born Marfell. We used to live in Marfell on purpose to reach out into that community. Good days. And then for Paul Daniel Short, and Paul's born Sultana, California, West Coast, and just before we got in a motorhome, at 6 weeks old, he was in a motorhome traveling all 50 states of America, talking to church youth groups. So that was Paul's journey. Called Kaputa Elijah Michael, born Taupo, and then over here Naomi, Kaputa Naomi, born Arctic Circle, 300 kilometres into the Arctic of Norway, above the Dark Line. Youth with a Mission, Kautakano, she wasn't. We once lived on a ship. The ship was sitting in the Wellington Harbour, and a man ran down the deck of the ship and he said, Rex, the helicopter's broken down. You got to come and fix it. And I said, I don't know nothing about fixing it. I'm a car mechanic, but I don't know how to fix that. It was HeliPro, this company. I don't know how to fix a helicopter. He said, come on, man. He grabbed me by the arm, and we're going down the stairs of the ship and down the gangplank, and soon we're stripping the covers off a Turbine helicopter. And the pilot says to me, it won't start. And then he's got the tech at the airport on the phone, on the cell phone, and we're standing there and we're diagnosing stuff and we're listening to stuff. And before long, we're undoing this big high tension cable and pulling it off the side of the helicopter's igniter. Out it comes, he runs off to the airport, soon to turn up with an igniter in his hand. And we bolt that in, we do it up tight, we grab the high tension lead, we do it because you can't have anything fall off a helicopter. You know, they bolt the high tension like a spark plug in, they bolt it on. And then he says this to me, he says, Rex, if you start the helicopter wrong, it melts down. We have to get the startup procedure right. If you've ever stood next to the rescue helicopter, I have, you know, June 20 this year, you've got to start it correctly. It goes like this. It goes, that's the fan starting up, and they blow the excess fuel out of the turbine. And then it goes, and then it goes, that's the igniter, like a spark plug in a car, and it ignites the Kiro, or the aviation fuel, and then the helicopter's into life, and you started it correctly. I read this quote, I'll put it up on the screen. It says this: it's what you think about that produces how you feel. I read this about 2 years ago, and I haven't been able to get it off my mind or out of my corridor since. Even to customers, I say to them, it's what you think about that produces how you feel. Let me tell you why. Because waking up for maybe a decade or two of my life, the biggest struggle was first thing in the morning. I'd hear just, you're useless. You're no good. This is bad. I could feel afraid. You know that grey time when the sun is coming in the window of your bedroom and you're just waking up and you're just getting barraged, boom, 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 with negative thoughts, you know. Well, you know what I did? I had enough. And I designed and got from God a startup procedure for the day, like the helicopter. The startup procedure now goes like this. If you come to my house and you were a fly on the wall, you'd see this every day. I get out of bed, I go to the toilet, I put on the jug, I go get dressed, I come back, the jug's boiling. I got sick of drinking tea because it's just too hard on my system. And I squeeze the lemon in the water, and I'm walking out to my lazy chair. It's in the sunroom, and I sit down there, and on my hand, I count 10 things that I'm thankful for, and I say it out loud. No murmuring to myself. I say, God, thank you for this clean water. Oh, God, thank you for my Henry. Thank you for my whānau. Thank you for the cows out the window. There's always something to be thankful for in life. Doesn't matter what's going on, there's still something to be thankful for. And when I've finished my thanks, then I move on to the next thing, and I ask myself this question, with my eyes closed, just sitting there, am I safe inside my own body? And I have a look. What am I thinking right now? What am I feeling? Because you know what? It's what I'm thinking about that produces what I'm feeling. I always thought just feelings came and they were out of my control and they were just my emotions. But it's just not true. Have you ever thought about it? Think about yourself right now. I'm this entity. I'm standing here. I've got a name called Rex Stanley Short, right? Now, am I in charge of Rex Stanley thoughts, thinking? Or does the thinking tell me what to think about? Who's actually in here? I'm actually a created Son of God who's in control, and I can actually choose to think on good things, or I can choose to let a barrage of nastiness swamp over me first thing in the morning. And I tell you what, I just refuse to live like that. And I want to read a verse to you. It says this in Philippians 4 verse 8. Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent, praiseworthy, think about such things. And you know what? When I wake in the morning right now, if I got a negative thought, you can't dwell on two things at once. I'll just sit there, and I remember a prophecy when I was 15 years old, running my bike. I walked in this home group. This guy, he was nervous to give me the prophecy, so he wrote it down. It said this, you're my son, and I love you with an everlasting love. Know that I love you, and on and on and on. If I get a negative thought in the morning, I just roll that prophecy. I just go, I'm going to think about that. You're my son. Or I take a Psalm 139. I formed you, and I just roll it forwards. Have you ever tried to say a Bible verse backwards? You can do it, I formed you in the womb. I formed you. And you can roll it back and forward. And the devil lost. And I wrote this down and I stuck it where I can see it when I'm sitting at the kitchen table. It's what you think about that produces how you feel. And God turned my life around by changing the startup procedure first thing in the morning. And one last thing I have to say, I never get out of that chair in the morning before I say to God, God, can you use me today? I want to be used by you today. Can you bring someone across my path? Can you bring me across their path? Can you make me a blessing to others today. I pray that every day, and so many things line up. Let me tell you the end of the helicopter story. In goes the igniter, crank, it starts. Boom. He says to me, get in. I said, are you sure? He goes, yeah. So I get into this helicopter that looked just like the first one. He goes up in the air and he comes up and he guns it, man. He just goes, whoa, right up in the air. He looks it around. He comes down. You've got to remember, all my buddies are on mercy ships where I live on the ship. And he dive bombs the ship in the Wellington Harbour. Whoa! But, you know, and I guess I tell you that story because, you know, when you get the startup procedure right in life, your day can be filled with joy and adventure and all the good things, and you can shine for others. So thank you for the opportunity to speak, and I really pray you guys will take something away from this.
That is awesome. You're a gifted communicator, Rex. That's the first time Rex has spoken at Te Awa. It's not going to be the last.